throw Porus in, because Porus is quite close and Peel as well. Belfield. Maybe not one, but I tell you something, sir. You know, and if anybody doubt me, even with the poor, well, I don't know, I've not been in on any other plant, but let's say you have a substandard plant of one of the schools that you mentioned. I'm not going to repeat the names because I don't want to stereotype, right? Any of the schools that you mentioned, let's say even with that plant, the same teachers who are there, and you just move the students from the renowned school that you mentioned and put them into that school, those spaces, I guarantee you that what would happen is that the results that is at that school, those schools that you mentioned who are the poorer schools, but you move just the persons, just the pupil into those schools, I guarantee that the result would transform to being the top school would now be performing at the lower school, and the lower school will top performing at the top school, because it's in the main, sir. One of the injustice that is being carried out is that you send 90% of students in schools that need remedial class and get less than 30% in the exam that they sit, if some of them get even 1%. But you have students that get 90, high 90s and some 100%. And at the end of the term, you expect the teachers, you expect to compare the result with all the schools. It is nonsensical. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The fact that the system is broken. I want mm, I want to put something to you, sir, because I know your background. Uh the the constituted authority that now have the responsibility to, you know, look at what took place down there in West Central St. Andrew. What what would happen now if they rule that, you know, section of the constituency should be rerun? And I'm putting this, I have the discussion and I know, but I know you're training, so I'm putting it to you as somebody who would understand these things in a big way. Or let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Just in a couple of minutes and just explain to my listener what is the job of this constituted authority when there are irregularities and so being pointed out in our constituency. Mm-hmm. 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 As we have seen before in the case of the same Paul, Dr. Blake versus Mr. Holness, Dr. Warren Blake. Hmm. Hmm. So 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 let's say the prime minister, as he would have to do, would have to demit office. So you would have somebody. How would that person who would take over as prime minister? How would that person be chosen? Be chosen. Could could mhm, 34, the prime minister make 35, yes? Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. So hold on, stick up in right there now. So let's say one person within the Labour Party now gets a uh how is it? Let's say there's an equal number. Because you have 34, so you could get a divide, an even divide of say 60 34. That would be how much? 17 each, yes? So mm-hmm. 17 each, right? So you have that. How would that stalemate be broken? On the JLP, the four talking about the 34 divided among two of them. Wow, very interesting. Very interesting. So, mhm, mhm. Well, certainly, and this is why I'm asking you the question based on your background and so on, sir, because I know that you understand these issues. So we seems to inform and educate our listeners. So this is what we're sharing these information. We're just talking about what can obtain the possibility based on the configuration of our constitution. Hmm. Hmm. As we saw in the recent election about what about how many parties contested Madam Producer, about four. It was about four parties that contested during the last election. About four, three or 4. Mm-hmm. Certainly we had the one that formed by Reverend Al, and the other by Mr. Patterson. So at least those what we have, properly speaking, we have two major political parties. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Your ears certainly on the ground, sir. Um, have you been hearing that there could very well be jacking within the governing Jamaica Labour Party as who could emerge if the constituted authority rule that there should be a runoff or a rerun? Well, I'm hearing that, and I'm hearing that what could happen, there's a possibility that for a much more easier passage for Mr. Holness to return to the parliament, he could be either go. Well, I was hearing about Babsy Central St. Catherine, but my guest earlier, Colin Bell, told me that he's hearing about Dennis Desmond Mackenzie move out of Western Kingston, and Holness would go there, and there and of course you know that West Kingston is famous to produce prime ministers for the JLP. Do you think those are possibilities? No, man, that's the point. That's the point. So what happened? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right. You can spend 2 more minutes. Wow. I'm sorry. Can you spend 2 more minutes with me, sir? All right. Please hold. Please hold. Please hold. Please hold. Let me go to the break and come back. Huh? The beep and call? Beep for calling? No, never. You know, beep. That's fine.
Contact News Talk 93 FM today via phone at 876-927-1660, extension 2475. 876
The phone is actually is the Nigeria carry the thing. So the phone my hand Peter Johnson basically go on to Jeffrey, but of course sometimes you press one of the things. The phone is on vibrate. The phone is on vibrate. No bad word never. First, that's what that's the moment. That's not bad word. I said there was any bad word. I'm telling you what went out. It was something that was obviously. Hold on, man. Hold on, no. Can you stop the foolishness? It's something that's obviously inappropriate. You said a big word. I said it was a bad word. It wasn't a bad word. And you said, what I go on nice student thing. And you know it's an error. You know it's an error. You know it's an error. So even your comment was inappropriate. It's an error. It has nothing to do with going my way. I'm saying to you, you know, it's an error. I used a bad word and I'm correcting to say it was a bad word. So we know all of that at the time. And you dump it early, so it never go out. And we're not broadcasting on it dump earlier, because we have things that come out earlier when we cry out fan, and when you look on it, you say it never got through. Even if the people come, never hear it at all. No man, I'm not talking. I'm done with that. I talk about the cause where you mentioned what's coming. I'll just simply trying to say here that what happened, explaining how the error occur. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's and you're correct. You're correct. Yeah, man. I agree. I agree. Food first. Non-perishable foods and staples. We have just a minute. If anything, immediately after the hurricane, among us, washing cars. Cool. Well, not gonna call. Just look at who and if can probably reach on them. You know, what happened to me as well. May I try to avoid calling the man name through the entire program. I mean, because they are to give you. Yes, your food and its supply have been restored. Be sure to check your house history before. That's why we engage him in there together to explain the situation. Don't what? Oh, God. Now to nearest tax office, listed Old Harbor and Spanish Town by debit or credit card, and take your TRM with you paying by check over the tax phase 4. Street light, garbage collection and disposal, parochial road rehabilitation and beautification. Contact your tax office or the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation at 876-984-3111 or 984-3112. Avoid legal actions. Pay your property taxes now. Organic waste should not be in your bin. Compost with your organic waste in a cool or shaded area in your backyard. This waste management tip is brought to you by the NSWA. One Jamaica. Make we clean up the place. The voices. Now, do you live? The university has a role to play other than
This is something I feel.
Yeah, Maria, next guy, right? You know? And Peter John.
93 FM presents Voices from the Archives. Weekdays at 12:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday.